Well, interesting story here about a fire. My wife and I came up here the other day to do some work, and we have an old Honda 1985 Honda Big Red 250cc three-wheeler, and I've been riding since I was 10 years old, so I'm not inexperienced. And so something happened which I've never had happen before on anything, dirt bike, four-wheeler, three-wheeler, whatever. Many times when you ride through water, you'll get water goes up, hits the hot motor, and you'll get steam. Well, pulled in up in here, and I thought, well, man, it's really steaming, because we'd been running through some water getting up here, the snow melt, and turned out it wasn't steam. And my wife got off, and I was, backing the thing around with the trailer attached to it, and all of a sudden it just went whoo, and just burst into flames, and I jumped off, and praise the Lord I wasn't burned. It's another good reason to wear, natural fiber clothing, cotton. If it would have been wearing polyester, that stuff burns. It's plastic, essentially. But I tried to save the thing. We ran for buckets up here. There's water around, snow melt, and there's a spring nearby and things. And it was just lost cause. And let me show you here. This is really sad, but there it is. Our 1985 Honda Big Red. Just show you here real quick, just to show you how hot this fire was. Right there is some molten aluminum, just part of the three-wheeler. There's an old tire pump that I had in the back little storage area right there. It used to be there. It was plastic, of course, but this is the devastation. It's totally burned. There's some more. You can see the front fork there down by the brake area. It just melted. That aluminum just melted. That's how hot this fire was. And I mean, it just exploded, and flames shooting up like crazy. And then, if you can see around here a little bit, I'm not going to show everything, but you can see that this is all burned out up in here. All burned, so there was absolutely no time to even think about trying to save the three-wheeler. We had to save the forest from burning down. I almost had a big forest fire. Had a little one here, but it got into this slash pile here, and I was able to put that out. But it just goes to illustrate something, and that is that life can be so fragile, and you think to yourself, I mean, we did not come out here planning to lose our three-wheeler, which was a pretty big loss for us. And by the way, if you're from the city and you're going, oh, he's complaining because he lost a toy or something. When you live in an area like this, these things are tools. They're not toys. And you can't get back into certain parts of the woods without a three-wheeler or a four-wheeler or whatever. So that's kind of a hard thing to lose, especially because it's 30 years old and you really can't replace them that well. But I like the older stuff. I don't like the new things with all the computer technology junk. But it just illustrates the point, though, how quickly life can end. I mean, my life almost ended. That thing, it was by the grace of God that it didn't get into the gas tank while I was still on there. And I got off of it, and it wasn't more than a couple seconds, and that gas tank lit, and it just went boom. And I mean, if I'd have been there, I'd have been burned to death probably. And that's why I preach salvation. And if you're watching this video and you don't know for sure where you're going to go when you die, you don't know Jesus Christ personally, I didn't say go to church. Don't do that. Get to know God personally through His Son, Jesus Christ. Watch our salvation message, because you are not guaranteed tomorrow. Something just as innocent as taking a ride on an ATV. Right there. And it's just burned up. Just like that. I don't know too many guys that ride with fire extinguishers, And your life is but a vapor, the Bible says. So don't put your faith in things down here on this earth. Put your faith in Jesus Christ.